Well, top of the day, welcome, or the evening, welcome to the Show Me the Z, where we showcase our beautiful line of wellness formulations, which are changing lives. Who has had some type of shift in your health, how you feel, how you see yourself and the world around you based on these formulations? Anybody on this call? Yes. Do these products work? Do they work a little bit or a lot? Yes, they do. So we're going to learn about that. We're also going to learn a little bit about that we're really focused on how to be better human beings. We really focus on the personal growth as well, and leadership, and becoming, again, better people. And so we can contribute to the world at a greater, higher level. And we also have a financial vehicle. We're going to just touch on those pillars of the 3 pillars we offer. And then we're going to transition after that into a training tonight. How many would love some really wonderful skills as far as listening and discovering other people's needs and what they're looking for? Would that be a useful skill to have? Whether you have a business interest or not, I would invite you to stay on even after the showcase side to learn some insights into how to be a better connector and a better discoverer of other people's needs and how we can best serve them. So my name's Robert. I've been in this the wellness network marketing space, crazy enough, for almost 30 years. And it's been quite the journey. And I've been with Zallevo now about 2 years and 9 months, 1-star servant leader. I love this community. I love this company. And we've just scratched the surface, haven't we, everybody, as far as how many lives we're going to impact. We are truly still a baby company with a big, bold global vision. So hopefully you have your seatbelts on for these next few months and in 2024. All right, without further ado, I'm going to have our main presenter. I'm going to be introducing him, but he's the one manning the slides. So Ross, if you don't mind pulling up your screen share, and then I'll kind of introduce you and then tee up the showcase this evening. And again, we want to welcome everybody. We're glad you're here tonight. All right, we are Zallevo. In case you're wondering, it's pronounced Zallevo by some of the Aussies. Zallevo, it stands for Zenith and Elevate. Zenith stands for the high point of an arc, and Elevate, so we help elevate our own self and others into our greatest and highest potential. We are operating currently in 3 countries, and the US, up to our neighbors to the north. You'll hear about from one tonight in just a moment, as well as all of our beautiful friends down under, down in Australia. Next slide, please, Ross. All right, so our presenter, Ross Duncan, in just a moment, will be covering these 3 pillars. We are very proud and honored to say that we don't just market a line of world-class formulation. That's the engine and the main fuel here. Along with that, it's one thing to have optimal health and energy. It's quite another to impact lives because of that. That's why we have a major focus on personal growth and developing ourselves as human beings to have more rich relationships, and so we can serve and contribute at a higher level. And then pillar number 3, how many would love to have more abundance coming into their life as a result of blessing other people's lives? So next slide, Ross. All right, so tonight's presenter is an individual that we connected in this space, in the wellness space, online marketing, changing lives and nutrition. Crazy enough, 28, 29 years ago, almost 30, he lives up in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia. That's he and his wife, Lucy. Isn't that, what's the name of the big lake there? Is it Kelowna?
Yeah, Lake Okanagan.
Oh, that's right, the Okanagan Valley. I've seen the lake. I stayed with friends on the lake. I just forget the Okanagan, beautiful part of the world up there, and British Columbia. He's a certified sports nutritionist. Ross, he's pretty darn fit. He's been a competitive bodybuilder for most of his adult life. He evolved to the point where he was judging these national, provincial, as well as international shows and competitions. He currently trains and works with coaching and training them on their workout routines, the nutrition, how to get to the next level with athletes across his beautiful country who compete now globally. And he and his wife are highly successful in the real estate profession currently as well. And again, we're talking over 3 decades now, very passionate, immersed in next level fitness, clean, healthy nutrition, as well as the online wellness space. So if everybody makes the movement, raise your hands to welcome Mr. Ross Duncan to the call tonight. Welcome, Ross.
Well, thank you, Robert. I'm really excited to be here and welcome everyone on the call tonight. We're going to educate you and tell you about some very exciting products that can create optimal health for you. We have the master formulations, foundational, targeted, and performance products, which we'll be going through as we move along here, and we'll get to some of them in a little bit more detail. Our team that works on the products, the Zallevo lab teams, have over 100 combined years of experience, consists of PhDs, MDs, DOs, herbalists, nutritionists, lab techs, and quality control personnel, which is really important if you're going to have a product that gives the result that they say they do. Sourcing the ingredients, high quality natural ingredients from various regions around the world, strict vetting practices, natural ingredients, certifications of analysis, nutritional analysis, heavy metal verification, allergen verification, and non-eradicated verification, and halal and kosher certifications, all important things on nutrients that are in the products. Product specifications: no added sugars, gluten-free, soy-free, vegan and vegetarian friendly, non-GMO, no artificial ingredients, and no preservatives. A lot of the ingredients or products that we see in the marketplace that you buy off the shelf, they have sugars, they've got gluten, they have all of these things that we don't have, and they're not necessary in there for the result that we're looking for. We're going to give you 5 tracks to run on. Synergistic collections of products yield maximum results. We've got weight loss, mood balance, daily energy, sports and fitness, which I'll get into a little bit more detail here. And we're going to, and then there's vitality and wellness that you can use. Zallevo Foundation is one of a kind, and here's why. We have several sources of mineral complexes available in the products. Minerals, 72 ionic sea minerals and trace minerals, bioactive red algae minerals and trace minerals, ionic fulvic acid minerals and trace minerals, and 60 plus ancient sea salt minerals. Minerals are necessary to activate other actions in the body for ultimate health. It's what actually gets into our cells. Over the years, having owned a health food store and worked with a lot of products out there, it's what gets into your cells that give you the result and create better health. Liposome is a blend of phospholipids, phosphatidylcholine, and phosphatidylysine. And these enroll the nutrients and assist delivery into the cells, assist better absorption and bioavailability into the cells. Enzyme 13 and 19, plant-based broad-range pH enzymes, assist in digestion and nutrient utilization, so it gives you better nutrient uptake and the result that you're looking for. Let's start with our base product, Ultra 30 meal replacement. I love these. Over the years, I've used, I think, every type of protein that's out there in the marketplace. Some of them did okay, and some of them tasted awful, but you took it anyway. And whereas the Ultra 30 meal replacement shake, they have a full spectrum of nutrients with 30 grams of protein, 9 grams of healthy fat, 7 grams of fiber, no added sugar, 13 essential vitamins, 3 mineral complexes, digestive enzymes, and probiotic coagulants. Those are important for the absorption and healthy gut for digestion. And again, you've got all of the trace minerals in there to work with everything else and make it happen. So I love this product. It's a complete meal replacement and works at help repairing the muscle tissue. Okay, so we've got gut health, which is important, and digestive health. It assists cognitive health, supports healthy mood, oral health, respiratory health, supports immune health, 10 powerful strains, and use it on a daily basis. Biome Sync Trim supports the fat metabolism in the body. So if you're trying to trim down, lean out, this is a great product to use to support your digestive system, supports visceral fat loss, which is the fat you don't want hanging around on your body, supports weight loss, supports weight management, gut and digestive health, and supports immune health, and includes 3 powerful strains of microbiomes. Burn Mode Fasting Aid. I love this product. This is more than just a fasting product. You've got detoxification, autophagy, which is when you're using it for a fasting, couple of days of fasting, where your body goes into autophagy, liver health, immune health, healthy blood sugar, and 123 ingredients and nutrients. This product, when I looked at the ingredients there, I thought, wow, there's more to this than just using it for autophagy, weight loss, and fasting. It has some great ingredients in there. They're antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. So I started using it at night after heavy training. Just before going to bed, I would take a package. And what I found is that where I would normally wake up in the morning with sore muscles from the lactic acid buildup or joints hurting from the heavy training, I didn't have it with this. So I thought, okay, is that a fluke? And so the next time I didn't use it, woke up, sore muscles, stiff joints. Next time used it, none of that happened. So fantastic product if you're looking for something like that. You don't have to be someone that's going to the gym. You can be jogger or walking, just being active out there, something that supports your brain health, skin health, eye health, cardiovascular support, anti-aging. Who doesn't love anti-aging and cellular health? Joint and tendon muscle support, which I experienced there, athletic performance and energy level, male fertility, and immune system, all from this great product here, which has an amazing ingredient of astaxanthin, 10 clinical studies, 87 supporting preclinical trials, reduced oxidative stress, prevents oxidative damage, so we're not rusting from the inside out, prevents lipid paradoxation, ORAC of 2.8 million, whereas wild blueberries are 6 to 9. So really powerful ingredient in the product, and it definitely works. Fortitude 85, here's your daily supplement to reduce or support stress management. And in this day and age, I think, stress is out there. It doesn't matter. There's physical stress, there's nervous stress, environmental stress. This is the product that supports that. Weight loss, balanced mood, libido, energy and endurance, immune health, cardiovascular health. 85 ingredients in this product. I love this product for using on a daily basis. Wow, and here's our collagen 300, strength, regenerate, and renew, support skin, hair, and nails, bones and joints, cartilage, muscles, tendons, ligaments, connective tissues, digestive health, cardiovascular health, supports performance, healthy BMI, your metabolism, UV protection, 10 ingredients in here. What's really important about this product is how it's absorbed into your system and your body can use it. Whereas most of the collagen that you buy out there off the shelf, very little of it gets absorbed into the system. So the result is not as it should be. All right, getting into the sports products here. Love these products, and because I work out 5 days a week. Alpha is a pre-workout that I take about 15 minutes before going to the gym. So it goes into the system. It's ready when I get to the gym. It increases blood flow, oxygen uptake, stamina, energy and performance, improved muscle recovery, decreased muscle fatigue and damage, increased muscle volume and muscle pump, mental acuity and focus. You feel the difference in 15 minutes. I know when I take the product and I'm driving to the gym, I can feel it already working. So it's something that, I wouldn't want to be driving to the gym and not get to the gym and have it working in my system, because my system would be wondering what's going on here. So it's got all the nutrients that feed the cells during the workout and give you that energy for working out. The build performance, it supports increased strength and jumping power, impact and power of protein, muscle protein synthesis, post-exercise, healthy lipid metabolism, fat burning, and it should be consumed with the Ultra 30 meal replacement shake, which I talked about at the beginning, which is that great protein. So what I do after the workout is take a package of the build, mix it with the protein, and now it's driving all those nutrients in after the workout for recovery and restoring energy level and starting the process of building the muscle, so that next time you go to the gym, you've got the recovery and ready to go. So you want to take this and your protein shake about a half hour after working out. That's when your body is like a sponge and wants to absorb all those nutrients. Drench performance and mineral hydration. If you've gone out there running, walking, going to the gym, working out, you're going to be sweating if you're training with any kind of endurance or purpose. And you want to replace those minerals and water that you've lost during working out. So it supports energy and performance, intracellular hydration, cognitive function, mental acuity. My wife likes that cognitive function really good too, and mental acuity and focus, healthy mood, and 76 ingredients and nutrients in this product. So it's a product that you can use after the workout or before going to workout, so your body is hydrated and functioning. And you can take it anytime during the day, once or twice a day. Works really great. E-Vibe Performance, natural energy. A lot of the energy drinks out there have caffeine in it. And so the source of caffeine in here is guarana. So it's a slower release, doesn't give you the jitters, works really well for elevated energy, enhanced performance, weight management, mental focus and acuity, stamina and performance, and mood. So this is something that I would use maybe during the day. If you're somebody that has a low spot in the afternoon, that's when I find a lot of people are feeling down a little bit. You'd want to pop in and mix up an E-Vibe drink for mid-afternoon to pick up your energy level. So here we're looking at the master formulations that Zallevo have. And you've got the Ultra 30 protein and all the red performance packages that go along with that, collagen for healthy joints. And if you want added nutrition, you see on the right-hand side there, the Vital Core, which are your greens and fruits. There's two packages there, one behind the other. What I do with those is for extra nutrition is add those to the Ultra 30 pack, or you can take them by themselves. Great for pH balancing the body as well. All right, let's have a look at some of the results people have gotten. We've got fantastic Jill Berth here. Look at that transformation that's happened there. Way to go, Jill. Brent, here's a 27-year-old person, weighed 135 pounds on a good day, underweight, unhealthy, didn't matter what he did, wasn't working. 9 months to 10 months of Zallevo shakes, the Alpha, which you take before working out, the Build after with the Ultra 30, and 5 days of consistent weight training. He's in the best shape he's ever been. Look at that, abs, physically, mentally. He's now at 160. Sleeps well, no more insomnia, because he's getting the nutrition, the minerals, no anxiety, focus, and happy. Way to go, Brent. And here's Kathy. Kathy's a personal trainer, and we as personal trainer, we're like mechanics that don't look after our cars occasionally. And so we like to have a couple of bad days, and this is what she looked like on the left-hand side after a few bad days. A couple days later, Zallevo products flattened that stomach out. Donna. Now here's Donna here. She was challenged with weight. She dropped inches, better performance on the tennis court. So she's very active in her movements, and tennis takes a lot out of you. So she's blessed to been introduced to the Zallevo products, and she runs 5K races and has done very well. So again, congratulations there, Donna. Here's the Hintons. And look at their before and after pictures. On the left side and right side, you can see the vitality and the energy they have after getting on the Zallevo products. So that's another exciting story there. So pillar 2, personal growth and development. That's really important to our health as well. I know I've over the years worked with people with their personal growth and development, and anytime you can have some positive influence in your life, it seems to spill over into your health and fitness as well. So these are the core values that we run with. And for me, this was one of the things that excited me about the company as well, too, is that we have these core values of greatness, valiant, gratitude, love, build trust, mastery, ownership, innovation, optimism, be believing, fun. Who doesn't want some fun? And we're a force for good, out there supporting people, helping them be the best they can be. Pillar 3, financial success and security. For me, this industry, the health and wellness industry and marketing, was something that really excited me, because I owned a number of businesses that were brick and mortar businesses, and was limited to what the economy was locally in what I could do in the business. This is a business that you can grow worldwide and become financially successful. 4 common ways to do that are, hey, come in as a customer. You like what you see. You are looking for better health, lose weight, better fitness with the product, and be a product user. If you want to earn a bit of money and get some free product, you can introduce 3 brand partners and get $150 in free product each month. Or you can be an affiliate brand partner and introduce people to the product and earn up to 25% on every order of every customer, not just their first orders, but every customer as it grows. So that can be quite an income that help people out there that are struggling financially. Or be a team builder and a brand partner. That's where we're going to introduce it to other people that are looking for better health, better financial situation. And we're going to gather customers and brand partners and build a team that all work together and get paid through 14 bonuses of our powerful Zallevo compensation plan, making part-time to full-time income depending on your effort. So I find that is something that really excites me and gives people an opportunity, no matter where you are in life, to become successful financially. Team building brand partners focus on the fast tracking, where they earn 1,000 to 1,500 over their first 3 months by simply completing this chart. Now, who couldn't use another $1,000 to $1,500 in the next 3 months? You know, I talk to people out there where $500 a month to help make a house payment would be beneficial. Help 3 people fast track, become a platinum leader, and become a founder and participate in the global founders pool. And you're not doing this by yourself. We're here to help you. If you see something of value here, we're by your side to help you do that. For our Canadian Z partners, we've got free shipping on all orders through the end of February. Yay. And also qualification for Platinum Founders Program, only open through to June. And there's our Zallevo story. If you're new to the call tonight, get back to the person that invited you here for more information.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna count to 3. Let's all unmute and say thank you, Ross. Send some Z love to Mr. Ross Duncan. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank
Thank you, Ross.
Ross.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great information.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Great job, Ross. And in a moment, we'll be introducing our Aussie Z partner here. Before we go over there, Ross, as we're waiting on Karine to join us from Australia, I know you mentioned you have a number of individuals now that you've shared this with. You want to go ahead and stop the share so we can let's just go to the normal. There we go. Thank you, Ross. Yeah. So I know you're, more and more introducing this to people around you and so forth. I'd love to hear a story about, and we'll be hearing from this lady over the next few weeks. Maureen, could you share briefly her journey, even some of her personal results so far, and why I think it's a great story because she's already immersed into wellness.
Yeah. So I've known Maureen for probably 20 some years, and she has worked in the health industry, and I worked alongside her. She reads blood under the electron microscope, so she sees what's going on in the body right down to the blood level. And I would speak at events on nutrition and work with people with their health and wellness, because I do iridology as well too, so I can see what's going on in the body. But with Maureen, she's always followed me with whatever nutrition product I'm introducing or marketing or using, and tries it, and we test it out, see how it's going. And here we are with Zallevo, and I introduced it to her. She's using it, and we're going to see how her blood reacts to the Zallevo product. So I'm really excited to see that, her blood under the microscope and the change it's done for her. But within 3 days after I followed up with her, her clothes were already looser. She's not somebody that needs to lose weight, or she was looking at tightening up. She's working out, but already her clothes were looser and she was feeling just better. And she's someone that follows a good nutritional program. I know what she's like. She's very strict at what she eats. And she also sources a lot of these products from around the world to put them together for people that have health issues. So here she has something, she doesn't have to put ingredients together. They're already built into the packages and product. And so she's kind of loving that as well too. So we'll be hearing from Maureen as we go along. She's doing a lot of speaking right now, and we'll get a time where she's able to get on the call.
Yeah, it sounds great. And also she's been studying, she's also been studying extensively astaxanthin already, long before she was introduced to Zallevo. So it's going to be really fun to pick her brain. And so Ross, I just love the people that you're bringing to the table, and obviously the passion you bring into every day and also Zallevo land. So I know we have some Aussies joining us. Welcome, Kala, Beth, Annette, and I think Pamela's from down under. We'll see in a minute. We're still waiting on the speaker of the hour. So while we're looking to, I was going to bring on Jill to help me introduce this lady, but I would like her to be on the line, Jill, when we do that. But Jill, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the intro slides for Karine. If you could kind of tee up this beautiful lady and kind of who she is, I'll bring up a couple slides for you. Okay. So welcome, Jill, to the call. Thank you again, Ross.
Yeah, and she should be coming on. You guys clicked the link and it went right here. The link I put in, right, Carla? And then that, yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, well, she'll be coming soon. So I am super excited to have Karine on the line tonight. I first met her when I went over to Australia, and she was so excited about Zallevo. She lives way up in the North Country, on the East Coast of Australia, in a tiny little town. Well, I don't know if it's a tiny little town. That's just what I have in my head. But she flew. I think it was like 4 or 5 women. She paid for their flights and everything. She flew them down to Brisbane, to the Gold Coast, because she was so set and so excited that Zallevo was her thing, and it is. And that has just boomed her business all the way to 1 star. She's been, an incredible light and such a strength for the Australian team. You can read here on her slide that she is a school teacher, and she loves her own personal health journey and to help other people with their health. She's done the longest fast that I've ever heard of anyone even doing, and I don't even remember how many hours her fast was, but it was some crazy, like 5 days or something. Not that we recommend that, but that she just loves how good she feels on this Zallevo formulations. Is she on the line yet? Do you know, Robert?
Yeah, let me stop my share so we can see if she's on tonight. And there she is, the lady of the hour here, coming on.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right. So, and again, what brings to mind, because I spent a couple days with Karine and Phil there, and she's full of light, passion, energy. She's like a big kid in a candy store. That's how she approaches every day, from what I know of Karine, who also knows this lady. She is full of light, she's full of passion, and she has a huge heart. So thank you, Jill, for introducing Karine. And so Miss Karine Davis, did you make the call?
Yes, I did. Sorry
Awesome.
about that.
Hopefully your
Press the
ears
wrong
were
Zoom
burning.
link.
Jill was introducing you there. So welcome to the call, my friend.
It's a pleasure to be here. And it is really lovely to be connected with people who want to grow, challenge themselves, and push themselves to their full potential. So that's what excites me every day. Lovely. So shall we get straight into it, seeing as though we are on a time limit, and I really am big on honoring people's time?
Yes, you've been edified and complimented and uplifted. So step right into it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really lovely for you to speak so highly. All right. Well, I will just, if you're able to share
I'm making you
share.
co-host, Karine.
Wonderful. So I will share my screen and I will choose the correct Zoom. It's the correct one, and share. Shall we? Oops. Let's take you back to the beginning. All right. So,
And I can see your screen, and looks like it's all working.
Okay. Actually, the screen that you see is that, do I have to press present again?
Yes, again, because now it's stepped out of your screen share.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. I'll just present that. Lovely. All right. We have liftoff. Let's get into it. So, what's these? Just to give you to clarity around the call and what I'm going to be.
Sorry to interrupt you, Karine, but
yeah.
right now we're seeing like your email and different things. We're not seeing your.
You definitely don't want that.
Images.
Okay.
It's all good. Just take your time.
Just don't know why that's. Oh, okay. I'm just going to turn that off. Okay. So do you see right now? No.
We don't see your slides.
Yeah, it was working, and whatever you did after that, you got out of the Canva or the PowerPoint slides.
All right. Oh, I know why, I think.
All good. How many of you love technology on this line?
Technology is so not my friend.
Normally it's my friend, but
I know
man,
we did a great pre-brief and we were Johnny on the spot today, so it's all good.
yeah. Okay, so I'm just wondering why.
Maybe just unshare and then
Yeah,
share again.
I'm
from that.
trying to get to that page, believe it or not. Okay. All right.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, well, I'm here, and let me just get the share screen. Okay.
Yeah, Ross and I went around a couple times too on our pre-brief, so it's all good, Karine. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're doing great.
How lovely is it that we have such a lovely community to be part of? I do value that very much, but no, I think I've got it now. And just now my computer's just going really slow. So you can't currently see that, just to clarify.
well, right now you're not sharing your screen yet, so we will know in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. So maybe Rob, are you able to just share the one that are you able to?
Yeah, I can do it from mine. Yep.
Yeah, because the one I sent you be
Okay.
fine. Okay, all right, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, let
It's
me
good to have
get out of your intro slide and go right into the slides here, and let me go into presentation mode. And let me go back a little bit. And can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
no, that's perfect.
Karine, you're good to go.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
fantastic. Let's do this. All right. So this session, the next part of the time frame that we have, it's going to be about developing a special skill set. So it's not necessarily about motivating you, because as we heard on Dave's call last week, which was really impactful, was the fact that we can have the desire, we can have the vision, but unless we know how to get there and have the skills to get there, then all we have is frustration. And so what I want to do is I want to clear the clutter and create a really concrete pathway in your mind as to one of the skill sets that you can develop and craft over time to help you get to your goals. And there are plenty that we could go down, but it's always good to keep to a clear, to keep things simple and around a specific topic, I feel. All right, so I have a question for my amazing audience, and it'd be awesome if you could put it in the chat box or even just, hand raise when you read this. So my question for you is, who here has ever had that moment when you've reached out to someone to see if they're interested, you've been brave and courageous, but inside you're secretly hoping that they say no, just so that you don't have to actually go through the process of having that conversation with them? I know I certainly did at the beginning when I first started in this industry, and there are still times when I have a little bit of anxiety around actually approaching that subject with people. I'm not going to lie, because I'm still human. But the good news is that, next slide, Rob. The really good news is that we actually know that fear comes from the lack of knowledge and a state of ignorance. And the best remedy for fear is to gain knowledge. So what if I could give you a simple step-by-step formula to follow each time you are in an intentional conversation about Zallevo? Would that help you? You can put your hand up or you can do one of these. Now, so the key, how this whole formula has been created is it comes from a place of care and respect for the person. Now, this quote is very deep and meaningful to me because it is what my father ground into me growing up. And I actually didn't think it was Theodore Roosevelt. I didn't know who it was until I put these slides together. And I thought, oh, I better go and find out who was attributed to saying this. But I actually give credit to my father because he instilled this into me. He would always say, Karine, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so when we are actually confronted with having a conversation with somebody, for me, essentially, I'm always saying this to myself, care first. I find out about them, develop that deep connection. And all while that is well and good, you can go to the next slide, is sometimes even that in itself is still very hard to move past. You can have deep care, love, and respect for a person, but you still don't know how to have that conversation with them. Do I get some amens out there? It's like, I love you, I care for you, I so much want to help you, but I don't even know where to start. And I think that's on my next slide as well. Yeah, where do I even begin? It's like, okay, I have this emotion. How do I get rid of the emotion and make it into a logical sequence so that I can just follow? And the great news is that the hard work has been done for you. And it's not necessarily by me. What I have put together today, I can actually attribute to other people that have been in the network marketing company that I was in prior to Zallevo. And in all honesty, this is how I created success. I had a wonderful coach, a mentor, who really, she recognized that I like to make things, a prior Karine liked to make things complicated. And she would always come back to this recipe and say, Karine, just stick to the recipe, just stick to the recipe. And so I really attribute everything that I am sharing with you today to an amalgamation of people and coaches and mentors and lots of self-development. So I cannot take it as my personal ideas. So I've just taken it and put my twist on it, and you have all the rights to do the same. So take whatever you want, make it your own, and go from there. Now, so what I'm about to share with you is actually a recipe for how you can have that deep and meaningful conversation with someone. This is what we can refer to as the conversation cake recipe, how to have meaningful conversations that lead to enrollments and impact. All right, so what we need is, before anything, is we do need 2 steps of belief, 1 tablespoon of courage, 1 teaspoon of calmness, because we all know that heart rate likes to accelerate when we are about to have a conversation with someone. Right? We need 1 cup of intention. Actually, for me, I'd be putting 5 cups of intention, because I'll touch on that in a moment. A dash of patience, because when you're in the conversation, the key to results is patience and letting the other person speak. And then we need lots of practice. And I can just let you know now that I was that person who had to practice this in the mirror. And I actually did. I recognized that it was a strength that I wanted because I didn't have. And so I really needed, I was very anxious. All right, so moving forward, let's get down and into it. So, but before I actually do, there is just one point I need to say, is that just in briefly chatting with Rob before the call, he's noted the fact that there have been other questions, like he uses different questions for conversations, and you may have actually had training on this before. We didn't discuss like how much training or anything, but you may have had very similar training. And that's great, because that means that we're teaching you the right things. It's duplicatable, because we all know that systems duplicate, people do not. So if you've heard this before, kudos to everyone who's taught you, because they're teaching you the right things, and the great community that we're creating. But the second point is that don't get hung up on the questions if they don't align with how you say it. The part that you really need to follow is the process. You could have different verbiage, different language, but as long as you're following an order or a sequence and doing it with intention, that is the key. You do need to be intentional about the questions that you're asking. And if you don't come in, if it's an ad hoc conversation, sometimes and it doesn't follow a structure, you will find that there will be moments and you're in your mind, you're grappling as to how do I bring this back? How do I, where, you know, how can I actually make sense of the person's journey? And so that's why if you follow, you don't necessarily have to follow the exact questions, but you do have to be intentional about it. So let's get to it. So this is the method, part of the recipe. Number one, I really feel it's important to ask for someone's permission to speak into their life, because we could have the greatest knowledge in the world, but if they're not yet willing to receive it, it's going to fall on deaf ears and potentially even just harden their heart toward you or toward this beautiful industry. All right. So how I do that is I just ask them, you know, when they're chatting in general conversation, if I hit a point where I'm like, this is go time, I've got a small window of opportunity, I'll often just pause and just say, do you mind? Can I ask you a few questions to see if I can help you? And there's definitely been people and they're like, you know what, actually, I don't think I'm ready to hear this. And I've had that. And it's like, you know what, that's wonderful awareness. And I'm so glad, because now we can just move on and just leave it at that. And they know though that you have something to share. They know you've got the keys and they'll come looking for you at a different time. Number two, find out what they want. And this is the part where you have to dig beyond the surface level, because the first answer that they give to you will generally be a surface level question. I mean, a very surface level response. And I know this because my mentor, the one who enrolled me first time, she went through these types of questions on my very first call with her. And it was a cold call for people who just might be, it was pretty much a cold call. Okay. So I got enrolled over that. So these questions work. All right. Now, so find out what they want. I remember giving her a very surface level response, like, you know, I want to wear a bikini. But really, I can't even, actually don't think it was that. It was something else, but I think it was what I really wanted to feel good about myself. I didn't. I felt really, really terrible. I had very poor self image. Now, so the first one will always just be, yep, if you could wait, I changed this, Rob, to suit the language that you're doing, but also because when I heard it, I was like, wow, why haven't I been using that? That's a great question. So beforehand I had something different, but I've changed it. So if you could wave a magic wand, what 1 to 2 areas would you like to change about your life and your body? And they'll give you something that they think that you want to hear. Generally, it'll be around what they want, but it won't be exactly what they want. And that's where you have to go further and dig a little more with more powerful questions. And so the question that my coach now, you know, she used on me was this exact question. She's like, well, once you've achieved these results, what would your ultimate goal be? And I paused and I thought, whoa, I felt like she'd seen straight through me. I felt she knew me and we didn't know each other from a bar of soap. Number 4, and yeah, find out why it's so important to them. And the point that I want to reiterate and make clear around this is that what you're trying to find is their memory or a trigger point in their life, because triggers hurt, they bring up emotion, and they have an attachment to that. And like, not that we want people to go around feeling sad, but if we know how down they are as a person, and we know we have the keys to help them, then actually tapping into that trigger can help the other person realize that they need to change. And if we're having surface level conversations, we're going to have surface level results. if we want deep and meaningful and long lasting change, we have to have deep and meaningful conversations with people. And from my personal opinion is that in this day and age, with a lot of political correctness, people aren't having these conversations, and therefore we have a lot of wandering, hurt people out there. So we need to be the brave ones. We need to broach this subject. So find out why it's so important to them. Find their trigger point. A question is just why these areas? Why these areas? And then just delve into it a little bit, peel back the layers of the onion. Don't be afraid to add in extra questions, get curious, and really help them to relive that moment. Number 5, help them recognize the damage it's causing if they don't make a change. How long have you felt this way? Oh, it's been 5 years. Oh, it's been 10 years. Wow, that's such a long time. I remember when my coach said that to me, or the person who rolled me on the phone said that to me. And because she paused, I was like, oh my gosh, it is a long time. I've been living my life like this. I can't keep going on like this if I don't make a change. So don't be afraid of the pause. Let them linger. It's powerful. And I had tried so many things before this, so many things, but it was because she brought me to that trigger point that I was emotionally attached to the results that created long-lasting change in my life. So that's right. And then the next point I like to make with number 5 is, what impact is it having on you and your family and ultimately your life? And the person might respond in being like, well, my kids, I don't have a relationship with them. I sit on the couch. When I come home, when all I want to do is I want to watch TV, I just want to pig out because I'm so tired and exhausted. And my kids are seeing me like that. I'm not actually living my life. I'm just existing. And actually really just sit with them and let them have a moment to themselves, reflect on where they're at and what that's doing, and then you can help them as well. And you can be like, well, how are your kids going to feel when they get older? What memories are they going to have of you? Really linger with them in that moment. But then it is your duty, if you take them there, to bring them back out. And how we can do that is, find them. Actually, I think this is misaligned in the process. I've got here, find a motivation source. But what I try to do before that is actually, that's right, is number 7 actually. So I've got them just out of order there. So what I do is actually connect with their emotion out of that, because then I ask the question, how would you feel if that changed? How would you feel if you achieved your goal? And then I'll let them speak. And then, how would it feel if you didn't? Let it linger. Let them sit in that for a little bit. Because we all know that in our minds, we have 2 realities. One where we take the choice, where we make the choice that we want. And number 2, where we don't. And it is up to us which pathway we go down. And then, at the end, that's when I kind of find the motivation source, if they have one. If they don't, that's okay. And what I mean by that is, like, if they've got a wedding coming up or a short-term goal, that's going to really help them, because that can give you an idea of how quickly they're wanting to commit, etc. Then we always lead them with hope for the future. And this is imperative. We do not want to leave them in their mess. So a question that you could use could be, I'm so glad we're having this conversation right now, because I know I'm the person to help you. I've walked in similar shoes and I walked myself out of them with the help of these products, this amazing system, these groups of people. And I'm here as your answer to prayer. I am here because I know you've been secretly praying for hope, and I have the key. Do you want to walk with me? Because I can help you. Next slide, I think it is. All right. Now, the result. So if you're able to work on this process and really develop the art of asking great and powerful questions, what the result will be, so your cake will be that more powerful connections leads to a better long-term customer retention because they're more emotionally connected to the result. And which means that it provides more money for you to do good with, because we all know that we're here to serve. Every one of us knows that. But unless we have money enough to support ourselves, our families, and our, we're not able to provide help for other people. So just to remember that, a side note, we know that it's not about the dollar sign, but the dollar sign is important. Then it will also, so following a formula allows easier coaching and duplication in your downline, which equals more time for you. And put up your hands if you're all about and creating more time for it yourself. I know I am, and I'm really taking a lot from Jill's coaching on block times and Dave's coaching on block times at the moment. So I need them just like everyone. All right. And then what I've found in my past is that having the same language, like we just used to refer to it as the cake recipe. And like I said, I cannot attribute that to me. That was actually another person who came up with that in my previous company. So, but what we'd always do is we would refer to it as the cake recipe. And at team meetings, we would role play this. And I know it seems really corny, and I had to, when I was introducing it into my team, I was like, I can't believe that I'm actually getting my kids, I don't have kids, getting my team to do something that is what seemed like a childish activity, like something you would do in school. But it actually, if you think about it, rote learning, if we go back to the basics, like rote learning is so powerful. It actually sets that information in there like concrete. And that's what we want for you, because unless you go down that pathway and do the practice and you're not going to have that conversation with that person. You're more likely to, step on out and for fear of what they might think. All right. It is like pretty much on the dot. So let me just close with a few thoughts. A confused mind does nothing. So get clear on the questions you're going to ask. Systems duplicate, people do not, like I said before. So keep to a core structure. Keep them simple. Practice, practice, practice. Do it scared, because we all share that same fear factor at different times. And everything is hard until it is easy. All right, boom. I think there it is on the dot. Oh yeah, that's right. It turns out you can have your cake and eat it too. That's very important, because I like cake and lots of it. Yeah.
Wow. How many of you just absorbed so much goodness there? That was amazing. Before we do anything, we're going to close with some questions here, but let's do 1, 2, 3 in a moment, and then we'll send your love and thanks to this beautiful lady. Beautiful inside and out. Yes, as you can, it's self-evident, isn't it? She's amazing. 1, unmute, please. 1, 2, 3.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karine. Whoa.
Awesome, Karine.
Yeah, beautiful training. So Karine, if you can, I know our time is up, but let's open the line up. We have any questions, comments for Karine about this particular training?
I can tell you're very sincere when you talk to people. Very genuine.
Thank you, Tommy. Is it? Thank you.
Great.
That means a lot.
That would be
Yeah.
Rich. He has a challenging time changing the name, and we pick on him all the time for it, but we love Rich. So
It's just an alias. It's an alias.
it's
The
an
only
alias.
time I've ever done that. I know. That's funny.
Thank you, Rich. Other comments or questions for Karine?
Do you have this in writing, like a form where you've got all this down where we can get a copy of it?
Yes,
Absolutely.
and Karine, I'll back you up. We'll put this in boards too, okay? So we'll make sure.
Oh.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, not a problem at all. And that's what I just printed out on paper. It was very rough when I first did it with my team, and I just handed it out on, copy paper, and just got them to just go over it, over and over it. So yeah, definitely worthwhile doing.
Karine, thank you so much for your leadership and for this incredible training tonight. You are a huge blessing to not only the people in Australia, but to all of us here in the United States and to our entire Zallevo company and to all of us. So thank you for that. And I know that during when you were presenting, Kimberly Cousins texted me and she put it in the chat too. She's like, who is this girl? Like, I want her to be my best friend. I need her in my ear all the time. So she says you're speaking her language. And so you're speaking a lot of our language. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and Jill, speaking of that, Karine, you're presenting the op meeting in about 3 weeks, I think.
The which meeting?
Remember, you're doing the opportunity showcase for us on this call in about.
Oh, am I? Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
I booked that one. I'm going to remind you now on the call publicly. Now you have to do it. So
Yeah.
it's all good. So
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. That's right. I thought that we were just working out which ones I could do, as in for this one. But now I'll be obviously available. So looks like I'm doing it.
yeah, she's going to be one of the presenters of the op meeting in about 3 weeks. So I'll let you guys know what that's going to be an awesome opportunity meeting with Karine. So
if I could add my observation, what is really neat about what you've just done is made it simple and duplicatable. Just follow the recipe. I love it. I could make a cake with a recipe.
That's exactly right. Thank you. That's awesome. That's coming from my inspiration up there, Jim. You've been my #1 man for a long time. So that's awesome.
That's sweet. Thank you.
yeah, awesome. Other comments, questions? All right. I think we've been well fed tonight. Yes. All right. And the key, Karine, I would love to get a closing thought from you. I would love for you to comment on, just to reiterate to us why systems are so crucial and duplicatable versus the other.
Yeah, and this took me a long time. It really did. So they're very, very important because #1, they take the emotion out of the situation. And oftentimes emotion is when we get tangled up in everything. Whereas if we, a habit is formed and we get results when there's no emotion, like we take it out. So there's no emotion in it. #2 is the fact that obviously we have an array of different people and everyone has their different personalities, etc. But the one thing that is consistent is that we are human. And if we just follow the obviously the procedure, we can trust the process. We know that it's been done and we know that it works. I think is how I would put it concisely.
Follow the yellow brick road. Okay, we got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe your beauty has a factor in your success.
Oh, that's so cute. I tell you, honestly, I've really to be vulnerable. The reason I'm in this position is because I've really had a lot of self-esteem issues growing up. And if you I did put up a story. I mean, when I came back from Utah, when we had to share our stories, and I grew up being the biggest girl in my class, and by far very unattractive, and I was picked on constantly throughout my life, which is what really pushed me into this journey, I guess you could say. So I do actually share some pictures where I grew up, being very different, I suppose, to what I am now, and I've got this this company to thank for what it's done for me inside and out. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, well, you are. How many of you see the beauty and the power and the genius in this lady? She's amazing. A force for good, for sure. Thank you, Karine. Love and light to you. Jim, could you please lead us off tonight?
Yes, let's all be a force for good at the count of 3. Okay, warm it up. 1, 2, 3. Force for good.
Love you
Yeah,
guys. Thanks, Karine.
love the accents.
No way.
Yeah.
They are so beautiful. Could listen to you all day.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you,
everybody.
guys.
Good night.
Vaya con Dios.
Thank you, Robert.
Cheerio.